It's been more than 2 weeks since Jinger Duggar's book was published, and I see fresh opinions about it are still emerging. Many continue to express disappointment because they feel Jinger was not critical enough of her family members, although Jinger made it clear from the beginning that this book would not be a sketching story. In any case, Jinger made up for her lightheartedness toward her family with brutal comments about their church and its disgraced founder Bill Gothard. In one of the first chapters, Jinger describes the grim life of a typical IBLP family. Imagine this scenario: a man and a woman get married. They immediately start having children because Gothard opposes any kind of birth control, she writes. Since they're not allowed to send their kids to school, the mom is in her home with morning sickness from pregnancy for half the year, trying to manage and homeschool 5 kids. She continues, noting that the husband works long hours to provide for the family. She feels overwhelmed, unable to handle the responsibility of raising so many children practically alone, Jinger explains. Now, I interpret this passage as a passive-aggressive description of Duggar family's situation. Jinger may have been describing a situation even closer to home. Jessa too. They only moved out of their house with 2 beds after Fern was born. People are guessing it's about this person or that person. It's everyone in the cult who follows Gothard's teachings and has optimal fertility. I'm sure Jinger has seen hundreds of these people, but unfortunately we only know the famous ones. It's unlikely that Jinger is purposely casting a shadow on Jessa, especially since Jessa's husband Ben Seewald is mentioned in the book as the spiritual advisor who helped Jinger avoid IBLP. As for how Jinger's book has been received by her family members who are still in IBLP, the best-selling author says there have been some interesting conversations in recent weeks. It's been interesting, Jinger said. We've had lots of conversations about our differences. Some receive it better than others, but at the end of the day, I know they just want what's best for me, even though my parents are still in IBLP. I remember that Jinger is on bad terms with some of her siblings, but I'm sure it's a small price to pay for her finally sharing her story with the world. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you soon!